Welcome to Pattaya True Crime, where we recap some of the dark and chilling crimes and unfortunate events that has happened in Pattaya City and the surrounding areas. Warning: listener discretion is advised. This podcast explores graphic content and disturbing themes that might not be suitable for all audiences. Righto, welcome back to another episode of Pattaya True Crime. Your host, as usual, Marcus Hobie. Hope you're all doing good out there. Anyway, we got a bit of a episode this week, a bit of a stacked one. We'll get straight into it. This is number one. So the British tourist faces 10 years in jail over the crash. So last episode we reported about this. It's a bit of an update. A British tourist is staring at a decade behind bars after a Thai woman he allegedly struck while doing wheelies in Pattaya died in hospital. The 22-year-old British national, Brandon Mills, was riding a rented scooter on one wheel when he ploughed into the 49-year-old lady outside a bar on Thursday, the 14th of August. CCTV footage captured the shocking collision, which flung the victim across the road. Rescue workers found her laying in a pool of blood in Soibon Cot around 11 p.m. She was rushed to a hospital in a critical condition but died 4 days later. The suspect was not under the influence of alcohol or drugs, but he admitted to causing the accident, he said. Police Lieutenant of Pattaya City Police Station. They said, we are awaiting forensic reports into the cause of death. He will not be allowed to leave Thailand, he said. So young Mills was charged with reckless driving causing serious injury, punishable by up to 3 years in prison. But with her death, the charges have been updated to reckless driving causing death, which carries a maximum sentence of 10 years in jail and a fine of 200,000 baht. The British man has been released from custody, but had his passport seized and has already paid the victim's family 30,000 baht in compensation for medical costs. Friends of the victim described the mother of two as everyone's angel. One mourner said she was like a mother to me. She didn't harm anyone. I hope there will be justice for her. So Pattaya locals claim the Brit was beaten by angry onlookers immediately after the crash. That was shared. I shared the video on Facebook. Anyway, so online rumours suggest he may have fled illegally across the neighbouring border, though police have not confirmed this. Police are compiling evidence and witness statements for prosecutors. So I've looked it up. Just talk about this. I've looked it up. Even if you did run out of the country, Thailand and the UK have a deportation agreement, extradition, whatever it is. So he might want to live in another country for the rest of his life if he did actually run. But that's just a yarn. Don't know how true that is. Yeah, a lot of people, I've seen it online, a lot of people are saying a full envelope will sort it out sort of thing. You know, pay the family off, pay the cops off. But look, this might be true in some cases, but it's at the discretion of the family. So they may accept a payoff for like a compensation payoff, and then, you know, he could leave. But if they tell him to stick the money up his ass, this is kind of how looking into this, I've figured a few things out. So the family can say, yeah, righto, we want fucking this for compensation, and the matter's dealt with. But if they say no, stick your money up your fucking ass, go to jail, you can't. That's it. There's nothing you can do about it. So, yeah. Now, I found it, most of all the court outcomes are not revealed to the public. It's all kept private. That's why we don't really hear too much about the results of all these charges and stuff. It's usually kept quiet. Yeah. Not for public information. Something like that. Anyway. Look at me trying to ramble on. Anyway, number 2, we'll go straight into The next one. Pattaya gas shop owner warns of bold motorcycle theft caught on CCTV. At 5:30 p.m., a 39-year-old owner, the owner of, the owner of Malina gas shop located in Soy Kautalo reported a brazen theft to media. So a theft of her Honda Wave motorcycle right in front of her shop. She provided CCTV footage to reporters to raise awareness and assist in identifying the culprit for legal action. She told reporters that the incident occurred in the morning while she briefly, so she just left the gate open for a gas delivery. She stepped away to use the bathroom, not anticipating a theft in broad daylight with many people passing by. Of course you wouldn't. When she returned, she saw a man casually riding her motorcycle. She only bought it 2 months ago, she reckoned as well. Just took off out the gate. Despite immediately alerting police to intercept the thief, no trace of the suspect or vehicle has been found. CCTV captured the footage of the thief, described as a young man aged 18 to 25, wearing a black t-shirt and shorts, flip-flops. Really narrows it down. So he entered the property, mounted the motorcycle, and rode off, just like that. She urged the public to stay vigilant, noting a rise in thefts. She also appealed to authorities to recover her stolen motorcycle, bring the suspect to justice. This has been happening a lot lately, people pinching bikes. We've got another one in this episode too. Talk about that in a minute. Number 3. Pattaya car scam swindles Indian owner. Vehicle vanishes. So a luxury rental car has vanished without a trace in Pattaya, leaving its owner crying foul play and calling it the work of professionals. The 54-year-old man walked into Pattaya City Police Station to file a complaint. He reported that a white and black Toyota he had rented out weeks earlier and never returned. So through an interpreter, he told the Lieutenant Deputy Superintendent of Investigation that the vehicle had been rented by a Thai man on the 28th of July with the promise of return on the 11th of August. Instead, the renter vanished into thin air, switching off all the contact and disabling the car's GPS tracking system. Cheeky bugger. The Indian man pointed to the deliberate disabling of the tracking system as proof of foul play. If the renter had honest intentions, they would have contacted me or returned the car by now. The man who operates a rental business stressed that the disappearance had dealt a major financial blow. He fears that this was not a one-off crime, but was part of a wider network targeting car rental operations in Pattaya. Other local businesses, he noted, have faced suspiciously similar losses. Right. I don't know what to say about all that. Pucker. No good. Anyway. Try and read this shit a bit better, eh? Number 4. Oh, yeah, this is a shit one. If you're not... Yeah, have a look at the Facebook page if you want to see all the videos that I share, but yeah. There's going to be a couple, if you're squirmish or don't like looking at stuff like that, don't look at it. Otherwise, have a look if you got the stomach for it. Pardon me. So, a student killed and several injured in an ambulance collision. The road crash at Bang Chung intersection in Rayong province claimed the life of a young female student and left 6 others injured when emergency rescue vehicle collided with a car and several motorcycles stopped at traffic lights. The collision occurred in the afternoon at approximately 4 p.m. when the ambulance responding to an emergency call, drove through a red light with sirens activated. A car struck the ambulance, causing it to overturn and smash into motorcycles awaiting at the junction. One student was killed instantly, with 5 fellow students and 1 parent sustained injuries of varying severity. Emergency teams from Bang Shang Hospital in the Siam Ryong Foundation, they rushed to the scene to provide urgent medical care before transferring the injured to the hospital. Police confirmed that CCTV footage showed that the ambulance entered the junction against a red light. The car rammed into the side of the rescue vehicle, triggering the chain reaction. The young female driver of the car and the ambulance driver were detained for questioning as part of the ongoing investigation. Authorities are reviewing witness statements and CCTV footage to determine full liability. The National Institute of Emergency Medicine expressed condolences to the family of the deceased and said the incident highlighted the dangers of road users not yielding to emergency vehicles. No comment. I'll just keep talking. Keep reading, not talking. So, police have filed 4 serious charges against the driver of the ambulance involved in the fatal crash. The driver's name has not yet been released to the public. I've got him. And they're not yielding to emergency services. Anyway, I'll just carry on. Fuck. It's kind of annoying. So, the driver's name has not been released to the public. It has been accused of driving without legally required Category 2 licence, running a red light, reckless driving causing death and serious injury, dangerous driving causing property damage. In addition to the charges against the driver, this is the driver of the ambulance, by the way. In addition to the charges against the driver, police have also laid charges against the president of the Rescue Association, accusing him of permitting an unlicensed person to operate the vehicle. Well, there you go. What's come out of that recently, in Pattaya, they've said that emergency vehicles cannot go through red lights after this happened. I mean, we all know how it works. Pretty much universal across the world. There's a red light, everyone gets out of the way. The ambulance goes through a red light. But unfortunately, in this case, the driver of the ambulance didn't even slow down, just hooking it straight through the red light. Old love in the little blue car, obviously, no idea. Maybe the music's turned up, don't know. Yeah, and this has happened. It's unfortunate for all. I do recommend just getting out the fucking way, because if you were in need of an ambulance and it was slowed down by dickhead drivers or something like that, you'd be, yeah. Anyway, there's no point in me rambling on. Number 5, Pattaya police arrest armed machinist for assaulting woman and firing a gun in a Pattaya restaurant. This is a bit of a yarn. So at 5 p.m, police from Banglamunga police station executed a search warrant issued at the Pattaya Provincial Court at a residence at an iron machining shop located in Soy Naklua 14. The operation followed reports of a dangerous individual who assaulted a woman with a firearm and then fired a shot into the air, with the incident captured on CCTV. So, during the search, authorities seized a black 9mm Beretta semi-automatic handgun and over 40 rounds of ammunition. It was found in a desk drawer inside the machining shop. The suspect ID'd as a 43-year-old machinist from Udon Thani. He was detained and taken to the Banglamunga police station for questioning. He confessed to owning the firearm and admitting to using it to assault the woman he did not know at a restaurant on the night in question. According to his statement, he was dining with his child when the woman, approximately 30 years old and intoxicated, approached the table and began shouting insults. That's not very nice. So an argument started, and the man, unable to control his temper, struck the woman in the face with the butt of his gun and fired a shot into the air to intimidate her. Both parties then left the scene. So police have charged the man with violations of the Firearms Act. Additional charges related to the assault under consideration, pending further investigation. The victim, aged 29, declined to be interviewed, citing fear and distress. Well, yeah, you got whacked in the face with a gun for being a big mouth. So reporters visited the restaurant. Staff they confirmed that the suspect and the victim were seated at separate tables and were not acquainted. The cause of their altercation remains unclear, though it may have stemmed from loud talking that led to the mutual hostility. So witnesses reported that the man struck the woman in the face with his gun and fired a shot in the air before staff intervened, separating the parties and asking them to leave. The investigation is ongoing. Authorities are reviewing evidence to determine further legal action. That'll do it. Number 6, carrying on to number 6. A Chinese national arrested near Pattaya for illegal trade of ketamine-laced vapes. These fucking Chinese with these fucking ketamine vapes, man. It's never ending. So Banglamung police, alongside other officers, arrested a 41-year-old Chinese national in a sting operation in Chonburi's Hua Yai area. The arrest follows an investigation revealing that the suspect was selling illegal laced vapes with ketamine, known as K-vapes, through an online platform targeting both Chinese and Thai buyers. Police set up the sting operation, arranging to purchase 200 K-vape pods for 200,000 baht, so 1,000 baht each. So at a village in Hua Yai. When the suspect sensed the trap, he attempted to flee in his white Toyota, but was apprehended near a pharmacy approximately 1 kilometre from the sting operations location. So a search of his vehicle uncovered 24 K-vape pods hidden under the driver's seat and 1 used pod. Further investigation led police to his residence in Hua Yai, where they seized a 9mm SIG handgun, 25 rounds of ammunition, 28 yabba pills, drug paraphernalia, and quantities of meth and ketamine. All items were confiscated as evidence. During questioning, he admitted to residing in Thailand for more than 8 months and illegally selling the ketamine vapes. He claimed the meth belonged to an unidentified Chinese friend and the firearm was pawned by a Thai acquaintance. However, police remain sceptical of his statement, especially after testing positive for drugs and erratic behaviour like smiling for his evidence photos, despite the significant legal problems. Because he's high as fuck, boy. So now he faces multiple charges, including violations of narcotics. The Narcotics Act, Possession and Use, the Customs Act related to the e-cigarettes, and Firearms Act. Authorities are now continuing their investigation and will prosecute accordingly. Funny enough, the Firearms Act for foreign nationals is it's a lot more harsh than the drug-related one. So yeah, see you later, mate. Righto, number 7. This is a good one. So a man, he was found asleep at the wheel of his car in the middle of Pattaya after a heavy night of drinking, forcing police and rescue workers to intervene. The incident occurred at 6:30 a.m. when Pattaya City Police, assisted by the Sawang Bulibun Foundation volunteers, they were all alerted at a vehicle obstructing traffic on Pattaya's 3rd road near the entrance to Soi Shalom near South Pattaya. So concerned residents reported that the car had been stationary for more than an hour and feared it may cause a crash. On arrival, officers found a black Mitsubishi parked on the road with the engine turned off. In the driver's seat, a Thai man estimated to be aged around 35 to 40 was lying back, just out cold, having a kip, apparently heavily intoxicated. Repeat attempts to wake him up failed until police resorted to knocking on the windows and shaking the vehicle. By the time he woke up, the car's battery had drained, leaving the car unable to start. Rescue workers pushed the car to the roadside to prevent further disruption. What have we got here? So while police escorted the man to the police station to sober up. Well, that's all right. So no details or charges were released by authorities, but the driver was later informed he could reclaim his vehicle once fit to drive. No, well, at least he didn't, drive around pissed. Well, he must have, but, at least he pulled up out of sleep. Good on you, mate. Number 8. It's a bit of a botched attempt at a fucking hostage situation. So 2 Chinese men, they're hunted after holding a Thai woman captive in Pattaya. So 2 Chinese men are on the run after holding the Thai wife of a, what do you call that? Compatriot. Yeah, captive in a house in Pattaya. So yeah, it's their mate's missus, by the sounds of it. There's probably a lot more to this story than what I'm reporting or what's been reported. Anyway, figure it out. Officers from the Muang Pattaya police station were called to a house in a village in Soi Bongkot, South Pattaya, at around 3 a.m. to assist a woman whose identity was not disclosed. The victim was reportedly detained by 2 men, but managed to seek help from a neighbour. When police arrived, they encountered the Chinese suspects in a white Toyota sedan attempting to flee the property. Officers tried to block the village exit with the police motorcycle, but the suspect rammed into the motorcycle and another parked car before speeding away. A high-speed chase happened for more than 20 kilometres, but the suspects managed to get away. The 2 men were highly familiar with the area's roads and shortcuts, which enabled their escape. The victim later told police that the suspects had threatened her with firearms, tied her wrists, and locked her inside a second floor bedroom. She recalled them telling her, "Don't be scared, everything will end after your husband arrives." Apparently the husband's a Chinese fella. So she eventually managed to slip free and alert a neighbour. Her husband returned home shortly after, and the couple accompanied officers to the police station for questioning to establish the motive behind the incident. So media reports suggest the woman believed that the men were attempting to extort ransom money from her husband. All right, so here we go. However, police noted inconsistencies with the couple's statements and suspected the motive may be linked to debt, business disputes, or other personal conflicts. Okay. So officers are now reviewing CCTV footage from the surrounding areas to track down the fugitives. It's pretty wild, just kidnapping some lady for ransom, waiting for the husband to come home. But yeah, don't know what that's about. We'll never know. Number 9. Another one, motorcycle theft in Pattaya. So a thief rides off with a Honda Click. A 36-year-old food vendor reported a daring motorcycle theft. He provided CCTV footage of the incident to local media. The theft took place near his food stall on Jumtian Beach. He said around 4 a.m. 4 a.m. while setting up his stall, he parked his white Honda Click opposite his shop on Second Road. He accidentally left the key in the ignition. It's a bit of a trend. Shirtless man wearing jeans and carrying a black bag, he was spotted near the motorcycle. Witnesses describe him as resembling a drug addict. The man hopped on the bike, started it, and drove away. Fuck's sake. So the owner and others nearby attempted to chase him but could not catch up. He quickly reported the incident to the Dongtan Curve branch, the coppers, down the road, urging police to recover his motorcycle and apprehend the suspect. No good. Number 10. In Banglamung, Chonburi at 6:30 p.m. Police conducted a raid on a residence. The operation was led by the deputy superintendent and the chief lieutenant resulted in the arrest of a 50-year-old woman. Police seized 62 disposable e-cigarettes of the Coke tin brand as evidence. During the interrogation, she claimed she did not acquire the vapes through a trafficking network. Instead, she stated a scavenger who owed her 3,000 baht gave them to her. She alleged that the vapes they had been discarded by Chinese nationals under a motorway bridge. Despite knowing it was illegal, she confessed to selling the vapes to teenagers for 50 baht each to earn profit. However, police dismissed her explanation. They noted that the vapes were in immaculate condition and in a large quantity, which suggested they were directly imported illegally. Furthermore, a drug test indicated positive results for illegal substances in her system. She is now facing charges of concealing, selling, or possessing smuggled goods under Section 246 of the Customs Act. Bloody hell. Additionally, she is charged with illegal consumption of Category 1 narcotics. She was detained and is now in the hands of investigators for further legal proceedings. There it is. Oh, yeah. Shit, I didn't even put a title on that one. So, yeah. Lady busted in Chonburi. There you go. Story that I just told. So, number 11. This is a bit of a incident on Beach Road. 2 foreign men were injured after being struck by a motorcycle along Pattaya Beach Road, prompting urgent response from Pattaya City authorities and sparking concern about traffic safety in the area. There's been a fair bit of accidents happening. We've got one more after this, and it's pretty fucking sad. Anyway, the incident occurred when a motorcycle collided with a pedestrian who sustained injuries requiring immediate medical attention. Pattaya municipal officers and city enforcement officers coordinated with the Sawang Bulibun Foundation to provide first aid at the scene before taking the victims to the hospital. Reporters indicate one of the victims is a Swedish national. What else we got? So residents and tourists voiced alarm over social media, describing the incident as life-threatening and highlighted ongoing hazards for pedestrians. Many criticised reckless driving along a Pattaya Beach Road, noting that motorcycles and cars often speed past intersection red lights and even drive on the footpath. Some observers stressed that pedestrians, including foreign visitors, frequently face danger because drivers pay little attention to crosswalks or traffic signals. Whatever, it's all debatable, man. Some people just walk on the road without looking. I've seen it all. I've seen it both anyway. So others pointed out that potholes and damaged road surfaces on the beach road further increase risk, blah, 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 blah. Authorities remind the public that vigilance is essential on Pattaya streets, especially along heavy traffic areas such as Beach Road. Residents call for stricter enforcement and driver accountability to prevent such dangerous incidents in the future. Accidents, incidents, whatever. Yeah. Everyone's just got to be a bit more vigilant. If you're walking across the road, take your time, have a look. If you're driving, don't fucking run in anyone. As the last story, this is the last one. So, pretty sad. So, a 26-year-old woman, she has died after her motorcycle was struck from behind by a pickup truck while waiting at a red light on the Pattaya Sadahip route. According to dashcam footage, the incident occurred around 10:45 p.m. at the intersection, where the straight lane had a green light, while the turning lane was red. The victim was stopped in the lane that allowed both straight and right turns when the white pickup truck, apparently attempting to change lanes, collided violently with her motorcycle from behind. Rescue workers administered, That's fucked. Yeah, seen the video. He just plowed straight into her, ran her clean over. So rescuers, where are we? What are we up to? Stop the run. Yeah, collided violent. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I found the spot. Rescue workers administered CPR at the scene before rushing her to the Pattaya hospital, where she was pronounced dead. The driver of the car, 56-year-old, admitted to consuming alcohol before driving. It's fucking sad, dickhead. Authorities took him into custody at the Pattaya police station for alcohol testing. Dash cam footage from bystanders helped police with the investigation. The tragedy has reignited public calls for stronger road safety measures in Pattaya, as we just talked about. Many residents noted that motorcycles frequently face dangerous situations at red lights, often caused by drivers not paying attention or, in worst case, driving under the influence of alcohol. That article just went on about comments on social media, which I don't really give a fuck about. I'm not an expert on this matter. I've been riding motorcycles in Thailand for a little bit now. Don't fucking take me as an expert, but when I come to an intersection like this, I will position myself in front of a stationary car, so I'm not left open behind me, because you never know what's going to happen. Even in front of me, you got to keep an eye out. If you're trying to do a U-turn or turn right, if there's no car there, I'll get in the middle so that no one travelling behind me or in front of me is going to fucking collide. And yeah, you got to be on the ball, man. And wear a helmet. Really, it's just kind of the luck of the draw, really. You don't know when you're going to get fucked up. Anyway, rest in peace to this young lady. That's pretty shit. That'll do it this week. Thank you very much. We'll be back with another episode in a week. Until then, you know how it goes. Stay safe out there, people. Stay safe.